and that really is, and it's interesting. You should do it in that fashion, because there's a huge model of people out there who are taking their 20, 30 years of experience in business after something like that happens, maybe nothing as dramatic as a fire, and they're stepping back and saying, okay, well, I'm going to give you the benefit of my year's experience, and that's kind of, in a sense, what you're doing, and just pulling up stake and going. Now, when it comes to these, we're talking to Louis Orloff. He is with Orloff Advisors. Do you think, and this is kind of a broad statement, I know, do you think that when it comes to the reason why a lot of businesses aren't doing so well, or not doing as well as they can be, is we are in our own way?
Truly, we start on a path.
Right.
And then we only can take it as far as we can take it.
Right.
Any individual. There's very few people who just can go from A to Z.
Right.
You know, it's almost like we were talking briefly about the 80s song a minute ago, and it's almost like the book from back then called In Search of Excellence.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that book well.
And he says in there, you know, you have to create a business plan, and you have to get everything organized. You have to line up your suppliers, and you have to do all this stuff, and then you have to turn the key in the door and walk in and sprinkle magic dust on everything to see if it's going to work.
That's what it seems like, yeah. I mean, it really does. But, I mean, and when you guys have people, when you consult with people and such, do you find that they're not even doing just a basic plan of here's what it is I'm trying to accomplish?
Most people know what they want to accomplish, but they haven't put together the pieces to get there.
How to do it.
And not so much the pieces as in financing or whatever, but they just haven't, they don't know. It's like the example I like to use is, let's say that your business is doing, has 100 customers right now,
right?
And you have a goal of increasing that by 500%.
Okay.
So you want 500 customers.
Right.
And that's doable. We can make a marketing plan. We can do that. Mm-hmm. How many more accounts receivables people are you going to need?
I don't know.
How many more phone lines are you going to need?
I don't know.
How many are you going to need? A bigger mailbox?
That's true.
So it's what ends up happening to people is they know how to, maybe they know how to get the 500 customers,
right?
But they don't put into place all of the infrastructure and people and whatever, or be prepared for that. Like, if I get to 200 customers, what do I need?
Interesting. Well, what I mean, because I'm putting everything you're saying. Believe me, I'm listening very intently, Louis, because everything you're saying to a certain extent applies to me. I mean, I look at it and just go, you know what? I really need to. I mean, mine being on such a small scale, in order to be, you know, to the point where we're floating, we're doing okay. I need to add, 10 more people, advertisers. I need to add 10 more at X amount per. Okay, so I'm thinking, yeah, I can handle that, but I have no game plan. I have no book in front of me. I have no A, B, C, D. I tell people all the time, my problem is I'm the idea guy. I need an implementer. And I mean, is that where you, I mean, I could go to Orloff Advisors and say, hey, be my implementer, man. Help me with this.
Yes, you would come to us with that problem. We would help you figure out the best approach to take it. Mm-hmm. You may well be the implementer. It may be your passion.
Right.
That is what gets the advertisers, but you don't see yourself as a salesperson.
I do not.
But that you may just need to have a salesperson by your side so you can make the pitch and close the deal. But you don't know that. Because, see, you're stuck. You got a stake in the ground, see?
You've been following me around for a couple of months, haven't you, Louis? Don't lie to me. You've been following me, dude. I know that. There is, I started writing down questions when I was looking at you.
By the way, I charge for this.
I know. And I'm just trying to think, like, there's a beautiful gumball machine outside I'd love for you to have. That's what I got right now. If not, you can have a really beat up bad briefcase. That's about what I'm down to. But what I find fascinating, do you think that there are a lot of people out there who are like me, are in need of a service such as yours, that don't even know, not so much that you exist, but they just don't understand that there's help out there?
I think that a lot of people have an aversion to asking somebody for help.
Are you sure you haven't been following me around? Are you sure?
I'll just say I think that in a universal sense.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah,
not talking about you specifically.
Well, let's just say
universal sense.
But universal is remarkably like you.
I think most people in general have a problem asking for help.